And all of a sudden, the curtain opened up, and there was Vince on the stage, and he said, "Welcome to my 80th birthday party. Come down and join me. Let's have some fun." So we all made our way down to the pit there, and where our tables were, and it was magnificent. It was the most incredible scene, but nobody was allowed to have cell phones.
Question now, you were one of the special invited guests to Vince McMahon's 80th birthday party.
Yes.
It just seems like yesterday he was just doing the business takeover, and now he's 80. What you can talk to about at the party, people who were there, how Vince looked and all this, what be our eyes at that party?
Oh, well, when I got the call from Vince, he called me directly and said, "Sarge, I'm having a birthday party." And he was talking slowly, but he said, "And I only want to have my friends there. I'm going to have it in New York. I'll give you the details. If you can come, please let me know." So I called him back, and I said, "I'm in. I'm going to be able to come to your party." He says, "Oh, good, because only my friends are going to be there." And I said, "You mean I'm the only one that's going to be there?"
Great line.
And he
Great line.
to laugh. He started to laugh, and had to catch his breath. But anyway, we got these invitations that were incredibly done. We had a key that had 80 is the new 20. Vince's 80th birthday party, that was the theme. And so we had 2 parties to go to, and we had our choice of going to anything we wanted to do in New York, because everything was carte blanche.
Yeah.
All we had to do was get there. And so we checked in, and as soon as we got close to the hotel, I noticed the street was blocked off. And I thought, well, they must be filming or something here. And it was all blocked off just so people couldn't drive, and cause a traffic jam. Only the cars that were supposed to be in there were in there. So they had a lot of things blocked off, screened off. So as soon as you got out of the car, you walked into the hotel, and there was a red carpet with a big V on it. Wow. And you followed someone. They took you in and took you to the elevator, went up. Before you checked in, they told us to go into a room, and we had champagne, and we had all types of hors d'oeuvres, and we got another invitation of telling us where we're going and what was available to do. So I decided to go to the Yankee game against the Red Sox, and that was a great time.
Had you seen Vince already at the first get together?
Vince, yeah. No, that was Thursday that I got in, and then Friday was the cocktail party, and so we all started gathering around to the cocktail party. So I went down. It started at 8:00. I got there about 8:15, and there was nobody there. So I said, maybe I'm right. Maybe I am going to be the only one here. Yeah. So they kept, there was all these things to do before you got to the bar. And you could eat or whatever you wanted to do. And so I finally got into the bar, and there was one man standing there, Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, yeah.
And so I said, "King, how you doing?" And he's, "Oh, Sarge." And so hoping there'd be somebody here I could talk to. And, he's still recovering from his stroke. So
I talk with him regularly.
Yeah. And he's doing great. He looked great. And we talked for quite a while, and then people started coming in. Glenn Jacobs and his wife came in, and JBL, Gerald Briscoe, Charles. I can't remember his last name, but he was the Soul Man, Soul Train.
Soul Train, right.
Yeah, and they Teddy Long came in, and we all and a lot of people we didn't recognize from, I guess, backstage or production people that I'd seen, but I don't remember their names. I'm good on faces, but I'm not good on names. And it started filling up and filling up and filling up. So Jerry and I said, Jerry, we better go back and grab a chair because pretty soon there's not going to be any place to sit down. And I know I need to sit for a little while. I can't stand for, an hour or two. So we slid in the back, and pretty soon here come Mark Calloway and his wife. And,
the Undertaker, for anyone.
Undertaker and a couple other names. And slowly but surely I said, well, I'm going to go up and say hi to Mark. And as I started walking toward Mark, I see Shane. So I start talking to Shane and his boys. And then I look over his shoulder, here comes Vince. And he looked great. He had a full, head of hair, and some of it was gray, and some was a little darker. And he kept coming toward me, and every time he got closer to me, somebody else would interrupt and get in between us. So I said, I'll just talk to him later, So finally, after he got done with everybody, I snuck up and said happy birthday to him and thanked him for inviting me. And he was just so happy to see me. He gave me a big hug, and he says, Sarge, you look great. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to get back into the ring? I said, well, I'm not sure about that, but I'm feeling good. So anyway, we talked for quite a while, and then he went off and was talking to some other people, someone that was in the boxing business, I think down in the Baltimore, Washington area that his father knew. Right. I think helped his father and Vincent Kennedy get where they are today.
He still had that amazing energy, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he does.
A lot of people that I talked to that were there just said, he's just, again, it's 80 is the new 20, and that's what he seemed like.
Yeah, he, his voice was a little growly, not like it was at one time, but all our voices kind of changed over the years.
Yeah.
But he was nonstop. He didn't sit down. He talked to everybody, and he talked to this one two guys for about an hour. He sat down and talked to them. Those were the boxing guys. So they must have been pretty important to him. And so the party just kept going on. And finally, at the end of the cocktail party, it was probably 10 of us left. Shane and his two boys. One of them couldn't be there because he was coming in from North Carolina. He's playing for the Tar Heels. And a couple other people were there, and we were passing around stories, about Vince and the business and everything. And so then I was kind of threw out. I said, I'm surprised that John Cena's not here, and some of the other guys. Triple H wasn't there, and he said, well, they're over.
He's here.
There you go. There he is. They said, well, they're over in Dublin doing Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah. I said, oh. He said, but they'll be here tomorrow. I said, tomorrow? He said, yeah, Vince got them a plane. They're all coming back tonight. They'll be here for the big party tomorrow night. It was a black tie. Right. Black tie. So, came time. I went to the baseball game on Saturday. They got slaughtered 12-1 by the Sox, but it was great. Great game to be at. It was a lot of fun and all first class carte blanche. And so about the end of the eighth inning, we all decided we better head back because it was like 4 o'clock already. We had to fight traffic to get back to the hotel and get ready for the big party that started at 6. We had to be there by 6:30, and we weren't told where it was. We didn't know where the party was, but it was somewhere in New York City. So we got on little buses and went over to a place called the Gotham Hall.
Yes, I'm familiar with it.
Very, very, I mean, it was incredible. It was all decorated, and everybody there was in tuxedos. The people that worked there, they all had red tuxedos and had the
Wonderful
80 on a gold emblem on their jackets, and it was just incredible. So we all were around there. I saw Jerry McDevitt. He was Vince's attorney. I don't know if he's still
many years. Yes, yeah.
Yep. And he and my attorney became good friends because we were in court a lot, as you know. Back in
I
those
covered
days.
all that. I remember.
When I decided I wanted to, when G.I. Joe came along and they wanted me to come there, and Vince let me go because he had LJN.
Yep.
And I said, LJ who? And he goes, LJN. They're a toy company. So I never heard of them, but I know about Hasbro. He said, well, pal, thanks for your hard work in getting that, but you can't do both. You can either be there or be there with us. And of course, he thought, well, I would be with them because WrestleMania, we were working on WrestleMania at that time. And I had just gone against the Iron Sheik. And, you know, he said, Sarge, you're bigger than Hulk, but he needs a title. So I'm just going to put the title on him and let you and Sheiky go off by yourselves, be in one town, and I'll put Hulkster in the other town. So that's
I hate to sidetrack you, but just for time purposes here.
Yeah.
The party on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Black tie.
Oh, it was pretty incredible. Vince, of course, had his own chair. It was a king's chair.
Wow.
And all the fellows that were in Dublin that he invited came to the party. We all said hello to each other, and John Cena came over and was very gracious to introduce his wife. And
you were able to see him?
Oh yeah. It was tough, but I said I can see through camouflage, so I can see you. And so we all sat down to have our dinners, and the New York Symphony was playing. Well, when we got there. When we got there, we could hear the orchestra, but we couldn't see them because they had it curtained off. And all of a sudden, the curtain opened up, and there was Vince on the stage, and he said, "Welcome to my 80th birthday party. Come down and join me. Let's have some fun." So we all made our way down to the pit there, and where our tables were, and it was magnificent. It was the most incredible scene, but nobody was allowed to have cell phones. You either had to leave them in your room or check them at the door when you came in, and if you needed to call someone, you'd have to go outside and do it.
What?
Nobody was allowed to take pictures. They had cameras there for their purposes, but nobody was allowed to have a cell phone out.
What was served for dinner?
Well, you had a choice of. I had the crab cake. That was one of the best crab cakes I've ever eaten. Or you could get a steak. And while we're eating, the orchestra is playing. Then here come an Italian opera singer came out and sang about 4 or 5 songs, and then the orchestra kept playing some more. And then here come the next group, and a Michael Jackson and interpret what they call him when they enter. He was a Michael Jackson impersonator, and he was. You couldn't tell.
Well, you know Vince. He would have brought back the original.
Oh yeah, he if he could.
If there was any way to do it.
Yeah, no, he would have. And so we we kept you having hors d'oeuvres, and then the food came, and pretty soon a little orchestra started playing, and then a curtain opened up, and there was Jelly Roll and his whole band.
Wow.
And he played for about an hour and a half, and just it was like a little kid. He kept saying, "Thank you for inviting me," and he threw out a bunch of names of the wrestlers that were there that he grew up watching. And he said, Vince McMahon and all these wrestlers are the reason I'm on this stage, because you taught me how to tell a story singing my songs. And started weeping a bit. You know, he was so happy to be there performing. And he got down off the stage, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go say hello to him because I'm a big fan of his. But
did you see him wrestle, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
He was amazing.
He was good. Yeah, and he's lost a lot of weight too.
Yeah, 200 pounds.
So he came down, but by the time I got to him, the next performance came on, and it was some New York called the Soul Train, a New York show, and all the people that were in the show performed. And then they took another break, and Vince got up and thanked everybody for being there. And he brought his family up, and he said, I got to thinking, yeah, this is my birthday, but it's also somebody else's birthday. And he introduced his youngest granddaughter, who is a singer, and it was her birthday too on the 24th. So he had her sing happy birthday to everybody for all of us. So we all joined in and sang happy birthday. And Vince says, it's just starting. We're not done yet. So he got down off the stage, and next thing I know, the curtain opens and there's Zach Brown band. And he was really putting all the wrestlers over, and Vince, and he was a huge fan, and they just kept eyeballing all of us and giving us the wink and the dink, and you know.
Boy, he had opera, he had an orchestra, he had country music. It's amazing. Yeah.
And then Vince got up and said, "Can't have a party without the Tabernacle Choir. Here comes all these robes of men and women," and they put on a show for 2 hours.
Wow!
And then they kind of went off, and some of them stayed on stage and sang, while the others got out of their robes and they got into other outfits, and they came back on and started doing rock and roll. And one lady did Tina Turner. She was almost as good as Tina Turner. She just was a little heavier, that was all. And she did the, you know, big wheels keep on turning.
Proud Mary, of course.
Yeah, Proud Mary. And they all came out with their other outfits on, without their robes, and it was like a whole different band. And they played for another hour. So it was about 4 o'clock or so in the morning, and people started deciding it's time to go. And the last group that was on was doing the Proud Mary song, and they wouldn't stop. The band kept playing it. Vince got up and did a little dance, and
he's 80, but he's 20.
Yeah, and of course, Miz was there. He and his wife were dancing, and it was fun to watch. Really, really good time. The young guy from North Carolina, the young black guy, what's his name? He got fired, and then they brought him back.
Oh, R-Truth.
R-Truth was dancing better than Michael Jackson.
He's great.
And so it was a great time.
So thank you for giving us, being our eyes for that. I'm sure the fans that watch this will enjoy that.